Well, howdy, YouTube. How do you do? My cowboy hat and frame, can you see it? We're good? Alright, we're good. How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy, Do It With Chef Boy or Retard here, back at it again with another cooking video. Yeah, can we still say that? I mean, people are gonna get offended no matter what, right? Right, okay. Buckle up. It's your boy, Do It With Dan, and as you guys know, I've been in an accident. I was in a motorcycle accident about a month and a half ago, something like that. At this point, I can't even keep track. Broke my ankle, and now I'm on the scoots. I'm on the little scoots magoots here. I'm on the scoot Manjaro, and getting around's kind of hard. I can't do the traditional stuff like at the shop and whatnot. And I was like, what do you guys want to see in the meantime? And naturally, you guys said Cooking with Dan, like a fucking bunch, like an absolute metric fuck ton. And I thought to myself, you know, I was like, what could be harder than working at the shop while having a broken ankle and being on a scooter? Cooking with fire. So here we are. I will say I'm still kind of recovering from the shoulder injury aspect of it. You know, the ankle part ain't even shit. I don't even care about the ankle. But I hurt my shoulder, and using the crutches really exacerbated it, so my right arm kind of still feels like I slept on it last night, you know? Ask your mom about that. It's just not all the way there, man. I'd say it's probably about 50%, which is better than what it was yesterday. So everything I do is kind of slow. It's kind of hard for me to have the articulation in my hands, so it might be kind of hard to watch some of this shit. But I thought to myself, I was like, what's one thing that I've been working on recipe-wise that I think that YouTube would really appreciate or like? And I thought to myself, well, I don't fucking know what you guys like. Not even a little bit. But one of the things that I like is pork tenderloin. It's one of my favorite things to cook as of late, because there's just so many different things you can do with it, and I've been experimenting with pork a lot. The way it holds flavor and whatnot is fucking awesome. So let's kind of go over what we're doing today. So I'm cooking 2 separate pork tenderloins, that's why there's 2 of them, and that's it. I mean, I might throw some asparagus on the grill a little bit later, but because pork tastes better when you cook it slowly over a long period of time, we're not even worry about that till like the last 20 minutes, right? So we're cooking 2 different types. One of them's gonna be a barbecue, the other one's gonna be more of like a rub style. So I'm gonna kind of go over my ingredients, but remember, this is all subjective to your own personal preferences, right? Use the seasoning and flavors that you like. I mean, you can try it my way and you can let me know how you like it, but inevitably you're probably gonna end up tweaking a couple of things. How do you do? I got my seasonings here. This prime rib rub, I like it a lot on steak, but even better on pork. Some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some steak and chop. And that's gonna basically be our dry rub. We're gonna combine all those, ratio them into this, and we're gonna ratio them all into this little thing here in a second, and get our own flavor. And for the barbecue sauce, I keep it even simpler, right? Just got my Sweet Baby Ray's, you know, like Zuck Zuck would like. Some of this Chipotle hot sauce, I think this is a local company, I'm not positive, but it's a good spice if you like the Chipotle, or kind of like more on the peppery side of things. And just a little bit of brown sugar. I like the way it caramelizes in the barbecue sauce, and adds a little bit extra sweetness. We also have some orange juice and some apple juice. And I know that's gonna sound really weird to some of you guys, but think about any time you've seen a pig being cooked, right? Like in movies and cartoons and stuff, it always has the apple in the mouth, right? Pork absorbs flavor really well, especially like the citrusiness of the orange juice and the sweetness of the apple juice, man. It is really fucking, it tastes so fucking good. I put them in spray bottles. You can use spoons and whatnot, but yeah, I like the spray bottles because I'm fucking lazy. Just like mom used to make. This is kind of some thick orange juice. I don't know if it's gonna work through this. Delightful. I just brushed my teeth, so that was fucking awful. If you see my last video where we cook the chicken, it's a very similar process where we just try to keep the meat wet while we cook it on high heat. Very simple process, but it always to me comes out tasting the best. It's still moist. You like that word, don't you? Moist. 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 My scooter's all fucked. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some slices, some serrations into our pork here. And if you're wondering about the ethicalness of the sourcing of this meat, don't you worry. All right, you probably think I went down to Publix and bought me some pork tenderloins, or went down to what, Wally World? I went down to Walmart and bought that shit. Fuck you. How dare you think I would do that? I was sitting there minding my own business, right? And I get this phone call from our commander-in-chief, no less, Sleepy Joe Biden. He calls me up and he says,
think about it. These truths to be self-evident. Go, you know the thing. I got hairy legs.
I'm not really sure what the fuck that means. So what I interpreted it was that there was a wild pack of Talaham. There was a terrorist attack, and he needed me to help take out the Talaham. The Talaham. Now you can tell the difference between regular pork and radicalized pork because of the headwear. I also want to make it clear I know the difference that not everyone who wears a hijab or a turban is a terrorist. It's specifically for this joke. I understand and appreciate all your religious freedoms and the ability to express that. And I know things are tough right now in America, and I don't want people to think that I'm ignorant, but it's a goddamn joke, so get over it. So he needs me to take out the Taliban, right? Osama Ham Laden himself. This is fucking dumb. So I find where the Taliban is hidden, and I pulled out my gun, and I said, rattle them, boys. And not only did I personally remove Osama bin Laden's tenderloins, I took his prized possession. This motherfucker. Hell yeah, that was hard to do with my arm. And that's how I saved America. And I think that even vegans can get on board with this ethically sourced pork by dispensing freedom and demolishing terrorism. How long has this bit been going on? It's too long. Alright, now that I got that dumb joke out of the way, I can move on with this video. I was trying to go to sleep the other night, and I thought of that joke, and it fucking made me laugh so hard. So first things first, I'm gonna cut some serrations into this. It's gonna make sense towards the end of the video when it starts cooking, but this is gonna be great because you can actually pull the skin, little chunks of this out, and test it when it gets closer to eating time, and it's just, man, it's so good. Cutting this thing is so hard right now. It's like, with my shoulder, requires all of my attention to go this fast. And then I'm gonna cut it in an X pattern, so crossways. Like I said, this is gonna make more sense when it starts cooking, but this is gonna be so freaking good. You're gonna just trust me on this, all right? What's that slap chop guy? You're gonna love my nuts. I haven't paid for my surgery yet, even though I've already had it, because you know, I'm paying out of pocket. So technically I've stolen. I haven't paid for a product yet. I'm gonna, obviously, I have to. It's kind of funny to think that I stole metal from the hospital by hiding it in my ankle. That's how I've been thinking about it. Look at those meat serrations, right? If this was forged on fire, they'd be finger fucking this thing and talking about how good of a job everyone's done. Ooh, that was a deep cut, didn't mean to go that deep. All the knives that we have here at the house, believe it or not, are fucking shit. Even though I'm a knife maker, even though I do the forging thing, I haven't made us a set of knives for the house, which I need to. I really need to sharpen these. I mean, it's cutting all right, but I should have to saw this shit back and forth. All right, so now we're going to start making our seasoning and our sauces for this. All right, so normally I would just add these individually, but I figured for today's video, I'm gonna show you guys just kind of like the ratios that I'm gonna use. Got my prime rib seasoning. I like the steak and chop as well. Steak and chop has pepper in it, but I like a little bit more pepper with pork. Freshly ground, organic, if you like that kind of stuff. Lots of garlic powder. And a little bit of onion powder, why not? We like that shit. A little taste test to see if I like it. Amazing, as always, get used to it. Now for our sauce. You guys know I like sauce, lots of it. I'm gonna go crazy with the barbecue sauce today, like a lot of it for this. We're at a good bit amount in here. Remember, the key is to keeping it wet, like your sister. All right. I'm sorry, stepsister or whatever. I don't know how those jokes work anymore. God dang it, Bobby. Opening up new things when your hands are freaking retarded is extra hard, huh? This Chipotle stuff is very similar to like an A1, except with like more stank. But man, is it good. Ooh, Nelly. Some brown sugar, some extra garlic powder, a little bit of steak and chop too. Just mix that all up. And if you wanted to be an extra good noodle about this, you could put this in the microwave for like 20 seconds to kind of help with the brown sugar getting melted, but it all goes to the same place anyway. Pre-game taste test. Fantastic. There we go. That was a good shot. All right, so now it's time for me to go start the grill and do the awesome process of moving this all out there on my scooter. So, I have no shame, so I'm gonna let you guys watch me struggle. Ugh. All right, we got our juice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the grill on, and I'm gonna keep it at pretty medium heat here, not all the way maxed. And also my grill is really dirty. I hadn't really had a chance to clean it very much lately. We're gonna go and let that warm on up before we get started. I want it to get kind of hot, so we immediately get some sort of cooking. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned this,
in the video yet, but I will put text in the beginning so you guys aren't getting like halfway through this and being like, well damn, it's gonna take that long to cook. Well, I'm looking to do about a 4-hour cook time, maybe about 4.5. Now that doesn't mean you gotta follow that. You can do this in 4 hours, you can do this in 2 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. You can do it in however much time you want, and I'm gonna show you guys how to adjust that. And now we're starting to get some heat, so I'm gonna turn all the burners to about halfway, because remember, this is about 4 hours. We're gonna do 4 hours slow cook time. And I'm gonna take a seat, because standing on one leg's fucking hard, all day, every day. Fuck. Got some good heat, and we're not gonna place it directly on the bottom grill here. We're gonna do out of heat. Oh, this is so hard too, with fucking busted arm. Why is that so hard? And that. All right. Simple, easy start. We're gonna go ahead and start getting them wet. All right, so we got two different juices here, right? We got apple juice and we got orange juice. So the apple juice is gonna be used for the barbecue because that's a good pair, I like that pair. The orange juice is gonna be used for a dry rub. Just gonna go ahead and decide which one's which right now. Just gonna spray that mofo with apple juice. We're gonna keep this thing wet as fuck for a while. We're not gonna worry about applying the barbecue just yet. We just want our juice. And then over here we'll do our orange juice. And since it is a dry rub, we'll go ahead and start applying it. It's really hard to kind of control what I'm doing right now. And this is where the easy part comes in. We just want to check on that like every 10, 20 minutes for the next 4 hours. We're going to keep it on medium heat. If it starts to get a little bit more done than what we like, we're going to bring it down. If we're halfway done and we're not where we want to be, we're going to bring it up. Very simple to control. I'm putting it on the top rack so it'll do a little bit more of a slow cook. Keep it off that direct line of heat on the bottom. All right, let's see how he's doing. All right. I think it's about time we start applying our barbecue sauce. BBQ time. Put it in between them creases. We want to make sure it gets in there. As I try to use every ounce of the force that my body is willing to produce to maneuver my right arm. Thinking to yourself, Dan, how come you didn't let it sit overnight and absorb the flavors, or how come you didn't rub it before? And I'll tell you why. It's because it doesn't really matter with this. Slow cook, you're paying a lot of attention to it. We're in it for the fun. Close her back up. So, while we wait for us to be needed at the helm, let's take a moment and just sit back, relax, and chat. You know, one of the things that I learned about having a broken ankle so far is don't do that. I don't want to make people think that it's been bad, because it hasn't been. Matter of fact, I've really enjoyed the downtime. You know, me and my dad were talking. It's been like 5 years since I've like stopped. And like just stopped what I was doing. When was the last time you just sat around and laid around in bed all day? And I just don't do that. Even if I'm taking the day off, I'm still doing something, right? So it's been really nice. Everyone's like, man, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're healing up well. And I fucking laugh, because this is the easiest shit I've done in my life. I haven't done anything. And mind you, like, getting around is hard, you know, and occasionally there's pain. It's not been bad at all, but like, you know, I'll notice it ache or whatever after a busy day, or you know, if I need to go to the bathroom, it's work, you know, it's just work, you know, it's more work, but it's just work, right? Like, that's the plug right there. If you needed a reason to buy a t-shirt up until now, there you go. And I mean, it's been made easy. You know, it wouldn't be easy if I didn't have Laura, who has basically taken care of me at every turn, you know, and has fed me good and has kept me hydrated and happy and entertained. I mean, she's done all the work, right? So I shouldn't make it out to be like it's easy, but I mean, it's been easy for me. The hard part is like the mental side of stuff, right? Like, it's been hard for me to get over the fact that I can't do anything. Like, some days, all I can do is make it down the stairs before I'm like done, right? Like, oh shit, I'm out of energy because my whole body's healing, right? Like 2/3 of my body are healing. Hands healed up great though, by the way. And not being able to do anything, like, because I want to do stuff. I've never wanted to do stuff like I want to do stuff right now. It's ridiculous. I want to go to the shop. I want to rearrange everything. I want to finish up the center console and the dually so I can start working on the 73. I want to take my knife forging stuff to the shop so I can start forging knives again. Like, I want to try to build my own custom car from like everything, from start to finish. Like a one-off. You won't even have a body of like something else. It'd be my own custom body. So it's like I have all these aspirations, and not having the energy or ability to do it that's hard, right? That's hard mentally. But physically, you could do this. I promise you. You shouldn't be afraid of breaking your ankle. It ain't shit. And I broke it good too. I broke them all. I broke all the bones in my ankle. It probably needs to be checked on. Let's do that real quick. It's looking really good. I'll show you guys next time I get up. But one of the things that I won't do when I'm back up on my own 2 feet is take advantage of being able again. I cannot believe that I let it slip my mind so easily how convenient it is to be able to walk around and use both of your arms. That is absurd. I'm talking about the full use too, like, you know, like trying to wipe your ass or brush your hair or brush your teeth. I take that shit for granted every day, and this is a reminder. So I won't be doing this again. I'm gonna do everything in my ability to never do this shit again. Y'all hear that? I like birds. I like birds a lot. I don't know why or where it came from, but like out of nowhere, over the past probably 5-6 years, I've like fallen in love with birds. Actually, you know what? I can pinpoint the time. A long time ago, like when I first started doing YouTube, around this time, when I had the green BMW back in the day. That very first house, you remember? I was a college student, and most of my classes were in the evening because I'd stay up late every night playing video games and partying and drinking and other things, you know? That's what college students do. So like all my classes were late in the afternoon, and there was this bird that would just wake me up every morning. It was so loud, it was so obnoxious that one day I went out and I bought a BB gun, like a pellet gun. You know, you pump them. I bought this special gold ammo too that was like crazy fast, like break the sound barrier fast or some shit. It was dumb. Like it made a pop. It was so powerful. Maybe not break the sound barrier, I could be wrong. But I got up that morning, it woke me up, I shot the bird with the pellet gun and went back to bed. But I couldn't fucking sleep. It was like I missed the sound of the bird. And I've never been a hunter, you know, not that I'm against it, I don't give a shit. Go for it, man, hunt your own shit. I think that's awesome that people do that. But like, it's never been for me anyway, and killed what I considered to be a pest at the time. And ever since then, I've loved birds. It was like, it took me to like taking the life of one to realize how much I appreciated them. And it was fucked up. Never again, man, never again. It just ain't my style, cowboy. Not that there's anything wrong with it. You know, if I lived in the mountains or something like that where it wasn't so convenient for me to go to the grocery store and get meat, I would totally do my own, right? I'd get over that, right? All right, let's check and see how this is doing. Keep you guys up on it. All right, we're about 2.5 hours in, and it's looking good. It's cooking a little fast, so I've dropped my heat completely to nothing. That's looking so delicious. You see what I was talking about now about the cuts? Does that make more sense? I'm gonna apply some more orange juice on this to keep her wet, some more barbecue sauce to keep this one wet. And I've been alternating between barbecue sauce and apple juice. I'll reapply some barbecue, and then I'll hit it with the apple juice, because you want the flavor of both for this, I promise you. I mean, I suppose you'd have to naturally like apple juice for that to really work for you, but you're gonna like it. All right, so we're approaching about 160 degrees internal temp, so I've killed the burners. I'm just gonna kind of let the natural heat of the grill left over kind of smolder it. Smother it like a Karen would her precious child, keeping them away from all sorts of bad things like cultural diversity and good haircuts. All right, let's get a close-up action of what we got here. Oh, brother, a beautiful barbecue. Ooh, man, they look good.
All right, 2 perfectly cooked, super moist and delicious. Oh Oh, look at that. I mean, the only way you get any better than this is you see one of those dudes slow cook it for like 20 hours. And they break it apart with their gloves. Once you see the black rubber gloves come out, you know it's gonna be banging, but let's give this a shot. Man, that is juicy. Hot damn. I always forget how good that shit gets. I don't even need the knife for this one. This is the citrusy one. Man, see that I've been working on for a little while with pork, and just been adding new stuff in my head every day, trying it out, and man, it's fucking dripping. It's so moist. And a lot of the juice that you get to taste is citrusy. And on the barbecue one, it's appley, but it's not overpowering. It's not like you eat an apple. It's like you get the sweetness of an apple in the spicy tanginess of the barbecue, and it's absurd. This is fucking absurd. I need all that protein for my shoulder. Damn, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm not gonna eat this whole plate, hopefully. I think this is a good spot to end the video. I wanna say thank you guys for watching and supporting the Cooking with Dan series. It's getting easier and easier for me to do stuff every day. This was a ton of work for me, just being able to do this kind of shit, but man, does it feel good to be able to do this kind of shit. I just want to say thank you guys for the support, man. I appreciate everything you guys do to help me, whether it's, add a like, because I'm asking you to, pretty please, or share, or comment, or subscribe, or whatever that you're supposed to do now. Turn on that bell, but I'm going to assume that you guys are doing the YouTube person duties for me. I appreciate that, and I really hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys try this out, and if not, I hope you guys appreciate the video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, whenever that may be.